Welcome back to the Shed and Beam. I'm your host, Thaddeus Williams. Question for you today. Do you think I'm an idiot? Do you think I'm an idiot? Well, if you do, you happen to agree with one of Time Magazine's top 50 living thinkers. I speak of my great mentor, friend, colleague at Biola University and Talbot School of Theology, Dr. J.P. Moreland, Distinguished Professor of Philosophy. It is not uncommon for me to show up at the office there on the Biola campus to be greeted by him meandering through the halls with the typical greeting, something like, "Good morning, idiot." Now, before you conclude that J.P. Moreland deserves to be on the list of Time Magazine's top 50 living insensitive jerks, let me tell you what JP means and why it's a profound blessing I'd like to pass along to you today. It was G.K. Chesterton who famously said that angels can fly because they take themselves so lightly. So good. Angels can fly because they take themselves so lightly. And I think there's something in our generation in particular where there's such a soul-crushing self-seriousness, right? If I'm going to be hashtag authentic, I need to be hashtag true to myself. I need to hashtag follow my heart. And this puts this impossible God-sized weight on people's shoulders where they've constantly got something to prove. They're constantly trying to perform the Herculean or Sisyphean task of constructing and maintaining their identity over time. And to that generation, what a powerful moment to just say, you don't have to pretend you're the sovereign meaning maker over your own existence. You can take God more seriously than you take yourself. And when you do that, friends, let me tell you, it is so freeing because you can, without offense, embrace your own idiocy. In fact, that's something I think unique about this channel, the Shed and Beam podcast. There's a lot of talking heads out there. There's a lot of Theo bros. There's a lot of people warring in the interwebs trying to prove that the other guy's an idiot. You know, there's all these gotcha videos. Jordan Peterson destroys leftist snowflake, right? Ben Shapiro mops the floor with, right? Charlie Kirk humiliates Marxist and stuff like this. And it's easy to get swept up in those and to fall for the clickbait. So I want to cut through all that static. If there's anybody out there, you know, thinking of a takedown video against Williams, let me just go on record and saying I, Thaddeus J. Williams, am an idiot. And because I take God seriously, I'm okay with that. And one of the reasons I'm an idiot is because I'm a theologian. And a theologian, by definition, is studying the most non-idiotic, infinite, brilliant, incomprehensible being in existence. Somebody makes the point better than me, and that is the great Baptist evangelist preacher Charles Spurgeon. When he was just 20 years old, at just 20 years old, Charles Spurgeon preached a sermon January 7th, 1855 in Southwark, UK, where he said, "Theology is a subject so vast that all our thoughts are lost in its immensity, so deep that our pride is drowned in its infinity. Other subjects we can compass and grapple with, and we go our way with the thought, 'Behold, I am wise.' But when we come to the master science, finding that our plumb line cannot sound its depth, that our eagle eye cannot see its height, then we turn away with the thought, 'I am but of yesterday and know nothing.'" Here's Spurgeon's conclusion. "No subject of contemplation will tend more to humble the mind than thoughts of God." Now, just hear how radically countercultural that is to say. A lot of Christianity today, a lot of what fills stadium-sized sanctuaries, a lot of what catapults books to the top of New York Times bestseller lists are messages like, you're stronger than you think. You need to rule the day. You need to unleash the power of go. You need to live your best life now. The truth is, we need more Spurgeons today. We need people so unconcerned with their own likability that they can tell it to us straight. Our pride needs a good drowning. We need a healthy serving of humble pie. It would do us all a lot of good, especially in our age that so brazenly markets pride as if it's a virtue. There's nothing more pride killing than pondering a being who is infinitely more interesting, good, powerful, just, wise, and glorious than we are. Couldn't we all use a 5'7" mustachioed Time magazine top living thinker hobbling towards us each morning to remind us of our idiocy? So consider this your formal invitation to become a theologian, someone who studies the infinite God. The only qualification is that you're an idiot like me. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next episode. Thaddeus Williams signing off from the Shed and Beam. Hey friends, just a quick announcement. If you enjoyed today's reflections on our own idiocy, I can point you to a source that is on crazy sale right now on Amazon, and that is my recent book with Zondervan called Revering God, How to Marvel at Your Maker. I think it's almost half price off, so I encourage you, hop over there, grab yourself a copy today. Take a second, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.